Have you ever felt confused? Not sure about what's next for you in life, not sure about where you want to go overall, not sure about who you want to show up as. If you're feeling confused right now, this video is for you because we're going to talk about how to solve for that clarity issue in your life and also how to make those changes that you need right now. So before we jump into the steps, we got to understand the confusion that we're in right now. If you're feeling confused, you got to understand that the root of your confusion, the cause of this confusion and lack of clarity in your life is actually an incongruence. Right now there's a gap between who you're living your life as right now and who your highest self is. There's someone you know up here that you could be, that you want to be, that you aspire to be, but right now you're not living as that person, which is incongruent mental activity. That causes confusion, which then ultimately leads to pain. Pain is the symptom of an incongruent lifestyle. And many people choose to medicate that pain, self-medicate with distractions, with projects, with relationships, and all sorts of different avenues to try to distract from the incongruence, but it never really solves the root issue. Now, solving the root issue of confusion and lack of clarity is tough. You know, living incongruent is what a lot of people have lived their day-to-day lives for many years, and so it's kind of normal. It's the pain of the lack of clarity is a familiar pain, so they want to stick with it. However, if we want to solve for this confusion and we want to generate clarity in our lives, we need to engage with a different kind of pain, and that is the pain of change, the pain of discipline, the pain of living the life we know we're capable of living, fulfilling our potential. That's tough, I know, but this is the step that must be taken. So you have a decision. You can continue to live with the pain of lack of clarity, or you can choose to step into the pain of change. And you're like, Joey, okay, I'm ready to make that change, but how do I do that? There's so much we could talk about with this. We could spend hours talking about how to change your life effectively. We could have months and months of coaching if you wanted to get through the nitty-gritty of this. But I'm going to tell you everything you need to know right here in this video to begin making this change. It's 2 questions you need to answer. So bust out a journal, bust out a doc on your computer, answer the first question. Ready? What would you move towards in your life? What do you want to do just for the fun, the excitement, and the awesomeness of it? What are those things in your life that you would do even if it didn't lead to anything significant? You would do just for doing it. It's exciting to you, it's engaging, it's those projects or that career or that venture that you're like, man, that would just be awesome to do. I don't know why no one told me it would be awesome. I just want to do it. What are those things? You know, you've often heard the phrase, what would you do if you could not fail? Think about it instead in a way of like, what would you do if you knew you would fail? What would you do if you knew this venture, this project was not going to work out, but you would still do it because it's so exciting? The process, the creation, the creativity, the work, the relationships you would build would be meaningful and exciting in and of themselves. Make a list of those things. That's the first question. The second question is, what is your highest level of contribution? What way do you want to serve the world and serve people that's deeply embedded in your heart? What's an example of this? If you have always wanted to have a certain career or to start a certain business or to have a certain job, but you've never really moved towards that with a high level of excitement and expectancy and work ethic, this is what you write down on this list. That job, that career, that venture, that art, that great change you want to serve the world with is what you write down here. You see, there's so many people out there who are helping and contributing to the world in a way that is meaningful and is nice and is helpful to people and it makes a difference, but they don't really feel connected to it on a deep level. What's that contribution that you want to make that you know you need to make that really would create extreme fulfillment for you, even though it's hard? And yes, it will be hard. Contribution is always difficult. It always causes roadblocks and pain and investment of time and energy, but what's that contribution that you know you need to make more than anything else? That would really tug your heartstrings. Maybe you've tried it before. Maybe you've never even touched it, but you've always wanted to get into that way of contributing to people and making change in the world. Whatever it is, write it down. Now you've got those two things. I'm going to leave you with this final call to action. This is how we actually make this change to solve for the incongruence. Know that clarity comes through motion. Clarity is enacted through motion. So those two questions you just answered, those things in those lists, that's where we're going. And you know what? We are going there. We're not planning anymore. We're not going to sit back and just think aspirationally about, oh, that'd be nice if I did this, or if I helped these people, or if I got started with that. No. Clarity, the clarity that you're seeking, the clarity that you want, is going to come through you moving forward intentionally towards those things. And the clarity will not be there on day one. It might not even be there in year one, but it will come one day as you move forward, as you perfect, as you overcome, as you engage, as you learn, as you grow. You're going to have clarity in your life because you're in motion. So that is the key to solving the incongruence and the pain of the confusion right now, is to move forward towards those things and start grasping at them and start struggling and start having those fulfilling moments of contribution and just get into it. Just make it happen. If you can continue to do that long enough, the confusion will fade, the clarity will reveal itself, and you'll be so grateful that you started this process.